Hey everyone, it's Tristan with the Living Learning Communities office, and I'm here with Jenay Divin. The first question, most important one is, who are you? What do you do?
Oh, okay. So my name is Jenay Divin, and I am the Green Dot Program Coordinator on campus. So that means that I teach bystander intervention skills to employees and including students. And the reason why it's so important is because we have a motto with the Green Dot program is a safe campus is a successful campus. And the reason why that's so important is because we can't be successful if we're not safe. And the reason why that's so important, I know I keep saying that, is because um, you can't get to graduation date if you're not safe. And it's on all of us to do something about it. And I'm not saying we have to be doing anything like big and bold or anything like that, but there are some things that we can do daily to stop the violence around us, because we know there have been people that we love, or people that we know that have been impacted by violence, by stalking, dating violence, and sexual assault. So that's why the program is on our campus, so we can basically make sure that that kind of violence isn't tolerated, and that we can all do something about it.
Awesome, thank you. And if someone wanted to get to know you, what's something important that they would need to know?
Oh gosh. So probably what they would need to know about me is I love to be outside. I so if you want to try to meet up with me, you can always entice me with let's meet at the park, or let's meet by the fountain, or let's meet by the PSU bear statue. So yes, definitely outside is where I want to be, and
What's
that's
your
what you should
favorite
need to
park
know.
in Springfield?
Oh, actually, my backyard is Fast Night Park. That is my favorite place to be. And right next to that is Maple Park Cemetery. It is beautiful around Halloween time. That's what I did. That's what I did Halloween morning, is I spent my time in a cemetery, but it's beautiful. So for those that aren't from Springfield area, I am born and raised here. I encourage you to check out your neighborhood, your area. You've got some really great parks around there, and there's some really great things that you can check out.
Very true. So what's a course that you struggled with in college?
Oh gosh. So the the one that comes to my mind is neurobiology. And the reason why that comes to my mind is, for those that don't know, my background is actually in music therapy, and I also have a music performance degree. Those are my undergrads. So part of my curriculum was to take a neurobiology class, and I had to memorize all 12 cranial nerves, and I had to identify them in a sheep's brain in a lab in less than 2 hours. I somehow passed the class. But that was absolutely the toughest course I've ever taken in my college career, for sure.
Yeah, that sounds really hard. If you could tell your past self anything, what would you tell yourself?
Oh gosh. My past self. Uh Probably to not be so hard on yourself, Janae. Um, it's gonna be okay, and you are enough. And I almost kind of get emotional about it, because it's something that I probably remind myself every day. And uh, I think that's probably what I would say to myself is, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so serious about things. Take things a little, be a little more lighthearted about things. Yeah.
Great advice. Do you have any advice for students as they like go into like registering for classes and all of that stress and like getting ready for the next semester?
Oh gosh, yes. So I've got a plethora of things that I can share, but really the one thing I think is do kind of do your research, right? Like, kind of see where you kind of want to be at the end of the year, right? So do a mix if you can. So if you know there's a hard class coming up, kind of balance that with like maybe an easier class. So if you have like a 300 level class, try to balance that out with a 100 level class. I think that's kind of the way. And then also don't forget, like if you can, try to take classes in the summer. So, don't be so hard on yourself in the spring if you want to try to do something in the summer too. And I think that's another kind of part of advice too, is don't forget summer. That's where you can really have a leg up.
Awesome. So let's say someone had a bit of a difficult time in the first half of their semester, whatever it may be. What advice do you have for them going into the second half?
Well, first breathe. I know this there's like a panic attack. I even almost got like a panic attack just thinking like, oh gosh, coming off of a bad semester. You make a plan. If you can, make a plan, and then talk to somebody about it, right? Like it's so they can kind of make you accountable, right? So like if you have a roommate or a suite mate, or even if it's your RA, or if it's your advisor or somebody that you trust, really just kind of articulate to them like, listen, this is my goal. My goal is to, pass this class with with like a 75%, right? Like I want to get at least a C in this class so I can feel good about the rest of the semester. And then, you know, again, be kind to yourself, right? So, Sundays, I think, are a good time where you can kind of get another leg up. So maybe carve out some time on Sunday so you can kind of make your way into the week kind of prepared.
Solid advice. So where's your favorite place to study?
So no surprise, it'll probably be outside for me. So let's think. I really love and this is kind of a secret place. I don't think a lot of people know about it, but I love the NPHC plots on the east side of McDonald Arena, excuse me. And there's like some really nice there's some really nice like setups there where you can sit and have lunch or to study and those like that. I think that's a really great place. I don't think a lot of people know about that. I also love like just seeing out, like having blankets when people have blankets outside and they're just like literally in the middle of a green space and they're studying. Like that to me is like so nice. I love that. Or underneath a tree. But if it's too cold or windy or something where it's like too cumbersome, I definitely make my way to the basement of the Meyer Library. That's where you can find me. So
Solid choice. So what's a resource on campus that too few people know about?
Well, I don't think a lot of people know about Green Dot so much. So here's my plug. And so Green Dot, this is a free program for everybody. And in fact, this week, I'm actually doing a presentation for Hammond's House. And all of our programming that we're offering this year is going to be virtual. And so I'll be doing some other kinds of things too, some fun things like bingo through like Instagram. And we've been doing like an Instagram takeover. So I would encourage everybody to check out my website at missourustate.edu/green dot. And then that way you can get involved there. Another resource I think folks may or may not know about is Barristers. They are a free legal advice that you can kind of look into. I believe you can contact the Dean of Students, Dr. Smith, Dr. Michelle Smith, and her folks there. I think that's important for folks right now because they might have some questions that they don't really know how to get an answer from. And unfortunately, as far as like staff and faculty are concerned, like we're not experts in that. So we actually bring the expert to you, which is really cool. I think that's a really nice resource. Also, I think University Safety offers Safe Walk. All you got to do is just call the number 836-550-09. 836-5509. That's what it is. And I think they can escort you really any part on campus. Even if you're taking classes downtown, they can actually escort you too. So even if you're not like on the main campus, but you're downtown, don't think that you're not part of it. You're actually absolutely 100% part of our campus. So don't feel like you're an outlier. You're absolutely part of it. So I encourage you to stay involved in that way.
Awesome. Cool. So the last little bit of like fun thing is, I guess, like What are you watching lately? What are you into?
Oh, so I just recently cut the cable cord, which is super awesome. And so now I've been watching, and let me just nerd out for a second, Tristan. I've been really watching a lot of Marvel old school, um, like Spider-Man shows. I've also been catching up on Schitt's Creek on Amazon Prime, of course. I've also been dabbling in just because it was the spooky season, I've been dabbling into a new show that I love, and it's What We Do in the Shadows. I encourage everybody to check it out. I didn't know there was a movie, but apparently there's a movie. I'm going to be, that's definitely on my watch list. So that's kind of what I've been into. I also watched Little Shop of Horrors on Halloween. So that's one of my favorite musicals. So shout out to all my musical people out there.